Hey everybody, Shortbox King is back. I have been going through a whole bunch of boxes of DC. John bought a big old collection. They all came in these short boxes. We're going to be processing them. You're going to have some Batman, you're going to have some Flash, you're going to have some Wonder Woman, and we have a whole bunch of short boxes for free this week while supplies last. If you want them, come on in and get them. We ain't holding them. You got to come in. You got to get them. You got to use them. We want to use them.
I, the Royal Recycler. Not so fast, shorty. Not gonna give these away. We're gonna recycle. You don't need to store your comics in boxes. Just throw them on the floor.
The antics of these two will continue. Trust me, we spent too much time on that shirt not to. While they find their way into adventures elsewhere in that kingdom, I'll run you guys through new stuff for this week. Our next event is Late Night Comics for February. Will be on Thursday, February 16th. We'll be open from 8. We'll stay open until midnight, just like every other Late Night Comics. But unlike every other Late Night Comics, John Dudas will not be here. He has another event he has to work, and the day before, whatever, we're all going to Comics Pro the week after. But the inmates will be running the asylum, point being. So since we had that first appearance, why don't we do our other first appearances for the week? There's 2. You got Silver. It's got all night. You got Silver Surfer Ghostlight, new 5-issue miniseries from Marvel. The first appearance of Ghostlight. His identity is part of Silver Surfer history, which is cool if you were paying attention to that kind of stuff. Great issue, actually. We'll get to that on the table. And the only other first appearance this week, Archie Valentine's Day Spectacular, is the first appearance of a new Archie character, Cassie Cloud, right there on the cover and in the book. So that's really cool. Along with new comics this week, we finally got Marvel and DC previews for April releases. So while we have these, we will give them away with your Marvel and DC purchases. Planet of the Apes looks kind of awesome, actually, which is not a sentence I thought I was ever going to get out of my mouth. Look who joined us, John Shearer and Andrea. That's cool. Where have you guys been? It's a little bit of a small week. It's almost a 5th Wednesday. It's definitely a 5th Tuesday if you're going by DC's release date. So we'll probably get through this kind of quick. But we got a potent Marvel week and all the small presses on the other side of the table. You'll see the back issues that John Shears mentioned starting to go through at the front of the table. We've got new back issues from John Judas's collection in his garage and that short box collection up on the counter, and a bunch of modern Marvel keys relatively on the wall. So that's cool. We had a great Friday when John did a re-rack. There's a few of those still sticking around. And as always, in case you have never seen one of these fantastic videos before, our back issues are always 25% off every day, all of them. Right?
All the time.
Yeah, that's it. Let's do it on your table. John posted a picture earlier, but we've got a ton of new manga restocked. That wall is full. This middle section is full. There's some manga statues. So that's cool. If you're looking for a manga, we have a lot in here that we have not had in a long time, including some Chainsaw Man, which I have not seen in quite a while.
And Zom 100 Volume 1.
Oh, yeah. Highly recommended by John Shear. New previews to go along with the Marvel and DCs this week. This $4.99 whole book is yours. Got the freebies, or I got the free Marvel and DC ones in there. And then we're on to new Marvel on this side of the table. Collected editions for Marvel this week include the Daredevil Omnibus by Frank Miller and Klaus Janson. Probably one of the most recommended story arcs or runs in the shop.
I
At least in
reading
Daredevil.
it again
Did
this year. It's so good.
There you go. New printing of that. New to go along with Ant-Man coming out in a month. You got a new epic collection of Ant-Man Giant Man. This one's The Man in the Anthill. And then a Miles Morales reprint for the young adult line or size for Marvel. This one is The Avenging Avenger. It's a little repetitive. New Star Wars #1 this week, the only Star Wars book this week. Star Wars Santa Staros is a 5-issue miniseries about Han Solo's ex-girlfriend and Dr. Aphra's ex-girlfriend. So this is recently after her breakup with Dr. Aphra, and she's returning home to kind of process that. It's a very family-oriented story, which is cool, especially from a Star Wars family that has not been around before. So that's kind of cool. And then we have the Black History Month variant for that one. Captain America Sentinel of Liberty is on number 9. We got the Planet of the Apes variant available next to that. Wakanda is on number 5, and the Wakanda Black Panther History variant for it. Man, that was hard to say.
You got it.
One reprint from Marvel here on the edge of the table, Dark Web, the one-shot to kick off the Dark Web storyline, which is a very well-timed reprint because at the top of the table, you'll see the Dark Web finale. We'll get to that one. Moon Knight is on number 20 this week. You got a Blade backup story, which is very cool, like original Blade and green costume Blade. And then, I don't know what variant that is. We didn't go over variants. We were too busy focusing on new characters.
Philip Tan.
Thank you, Philip Tan. Miles Morales Spider-Man number 3 on the table. You got him facing off against Rabble, a new villain for him. You got the graffiti variant and the 1 in 25 next to those on the table.
Did you see it matched with the cover?
What matched?
The Miles. The graffiti matched with the Miles trade paperback.
Oh, word.
Oh,
Oh, man, John Shear paying attention.
Yep.
look at that.
It's flipped.
One of them is. Wait. One of them's.
Yeah. That's like a yin yang. Okay. That's cool. New one shot from Marvel along the, what's it called? Demon Days / Demon Wars Peach Momoko Marvel story arc of one-shots. So there's cover A. We've got a 1 in 25 variant. Kyle?
Panosian.
The other Momoko variant.
Yep. Guru Hira.
Guru. And then Daniel Warren Johnson. I know that one. If anyone's ever talked to me about comic books, you know why. But that one's sideways, and it's awesome.
It's Cap and Iron Man.
It is kind of Civil War, brah. Avengers number 64, continuing the Avengers Assemble. This is part 6, and you've got an origin of Avengers Prime in there, who was revealed in the last issue. We've got this is the connecting cover, the Avengers Assemble connecting cover.
Blueberry.
And this is the Planet of the Apes cover.
Poda.
You all day long.
I love it.
All day long. And then the Infinity Saga covers, the theme covers you got for Avengers 64 also. This looks like an Endgame one. Oh, I'm sorry, Infinity War. Legion of X is on issue number 10. And then back to the center, we've got the last part of the Dark Web tie-ins for Venom. This is number 16. There's the Planet of the Apes variant.
Poda.
And then Pim Particle Stormbreaker variant featuring Venom taking down Pizza Rat from the memes. Which is
From the meme.
which is relatively genius, if not weird to look at.
And also really old, too. Like, that happened a while ago.
Well, they had to shrink him down for a reason, and why couldn't that reason be to take out Pizza Rat?
All right.
I know it was filmed on like an iPhone 3. X-Force number 37 reveals their current villain, the Peacock guy. Peacock. Yep, man with the peacock tattoo. And then we've got the Massifera variant of X-Force. Couple big number 1s getting to the top of the table here. Bloodline Daughter of Blade is her first solo series. Her first appearance was in the Free Comic Book Day Avengers issue last year. So there's a 5-issue miniseries. Blade makes an appearance. They spend a lot of time talking about why she is doing what she's doing, which is cool because she's relatively unknown. So you kind of got to get that set up in there. But it's the makings of a cool story. You want to help me out with these? We got some variants.
Is it Lim?
Yeah, it's
Ron
Ron Lin.
Lin.
Thank you. Yep. This is Wolf.
Yep.
Wolf next door. And then we've got Zolo cat variant, which seems unnecessary, but it's cute. And then 1 in 25 variant from Gonzalez. I knew that one because of all the Harleys. Top of the table on the corner here is the aforementioned Silver Surfer Ghostlight. Again, 5-issue miniseries. Really great start. Mystery. It's got a good mystery surrounding a small town. It's not completely cosmic. It really does bring it down to earth, so to speak. And it looks cool. It's kind of like the natural evolution of the Dan Slott and All Red series.
Okay.
Without the like wild wackiness, it's kind of more Marvel Universe grounded. Spider-Man: The Lost Hunt #3 is out this week, and then featured at the top of the Marvel table, the Dark Web finale, big old oversized issue for $5. You get that whole wrap up from all the storylines they've been working with this whole winter. We've got 2 covers in addition to cover A. I know this is, we'll call this cover B if you would like to request it, and this is the Momoko variant.
Sounds good.
Cool. DC is embracing the 5th week of the month with a very small offering. In the center, you've got DC's Celebration of Power, or Power, a Celebration. It's all African-American creators with African-American featured characters. One of the great $10 one-shot issues with some really cool stories and really cool smattering of artwork from a lot of different walks of the industry. Next to that, we've got Batman Legends of Gotham, also an anthology book. It's a one-shot with all stories from all over Gotham.
It's just one story.
It's just one whole story?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought...
Yeah, the title makes it seem, but
My bad.
it's just one.
It's Red Hood, Black Lightning, and Kitana on an
They
adventure.
gotta team up.
Wait. Oh.
Yep.
It's a lot I see a lot of comics, guys. I was a little confused. Next to that, another one-shot in the middle of a Flash story arc, the 1 Minute War. This is the Flash 1 Minute War special. We're going to get some more of these. If you notice some short stacks on the table, I was teaching Andrea reorders this week, so I let it go light so that we could see to the process. And then the 1 in 25 foil virgin variant of that. Speaking of foil virgin variants, last week was Action 1051. This variant arrived late. It's a 1 in 50. The prices on the internet were all over the place for this cover, so we kind of landed in the middle. But that's a great variant for the new status quo of Action Comics. Dark Horse has a row. We've got Quick Stops #4. That'll be cover A. This will be cover B.
And if you've been reading Quick Stops, it takes place during the time of Clerks, and it's the Hicks family reunion.
Oh, word. Cool. Sweet.
Yeah.
Remind me to tell you the good Kevin Smith analogy that Andrea gave me earlier in the week.
Oh,
Has
yeah.
nothing to do with you guys. Sorry, I just would forget if I didn't say it. Minor Threats is on #4. That's that Patton Oswalt miniseries coming out of Dark Horse. And then a big #1 from Dark Horse this week that is right up Andrea's alley.
Yeah. Good.
It's called Where Monsters Lie. Here, film Andrew while I talk
So
about
it's
it.
a gated community where like slasher movie killers go in like the off season, not killing.
Yeah, that's
And
And
the
I cannot wait.
someone breaks the rules and brings victims into the community, and then one escapes. So
yeah, that's right.
they're being found out.
Yeah, a must for any horror movie buff. That would cover A that Andrew was showing you, and then next to it, Stoko did a cover B, which is wonderfully casual and disturbing at the same time. Thank you. Now we got Image on this side of the table, which I know is weird, but you guys keep your pants on. It's okay. Nita Hayes' Nightmare Blog is on #12. You got Kingspawn on #19. Let's call this one cover A, and then this Hamlet-looking guy will be cover B. Ant is back. Are you excited? I think it's the
little bit,
last one.
Probably for a while.
It says the end.
Yeah.
Okay. #6. And then big #1, the first big #1 from Image this week, Almighty, is about a kidnapping. It's in a pretty bleak landscape. Like, the dudes who kidnapped are like dirtbags. And then a serious killer is hired to reclaim the kidnapped girl. And she gets her, like, in the first couple pages. So it's going to be about their journey back home. And it's not going to be easy at all. It's very Borderlands-esque with, like, how much violence, and they're running through each other, and like some of the bad guys are like, you do not mind seeing them go down.
I have not read it yet, but the preview that they had in previews like a few months ago made me go, ooh, I want to read that.
Yep. We'll rock an Image #1 every once in a while. Below that, speaking of, Blood Tree is a 5-issue miniseries, I think.
I think it's 5.
You're the only one who
I
read this.
think that and Almighty are 5-issue miniseries.
Anything you gotta say about it? I know it's written by Peter Tomasi.
I know.
It
Oh, and it's
reminds
from
me
the
of a
Mad
movie that I
Coast.
can't think of the name of right now. But it's a crime thriller angels are falling from the sky, and in New York.
Oh,
I remember
But
this preview.
So the detectives are trying to figure out like what's going on.
Oh my god.
It's kind of like a nature versus nurture and sins of the past.
I will say this:
Something
it
the
seems,
killer's kind of digging into.
yeah, it seems pretty clear that angels are not just falling from the sky; they're being murdered, like hard. And it's part of the Mad Ghost line for Image. So maybe you got some references to Geiger or something like that. They're all under the same. Geiger and Junkyard Joe, two of our favorites, fall under the same imprint, so that's cool. That'll be cover A that we were just showing around. That'll be cover B. And then the last two things for Image are reprints. We've got reprints of 8 Billion Genies, number 4 and 5. So if you missed out on either one of those, we'll happily throw that in your file because we love that book and can't wait for the next actual issue. Bonding, the hardcover from Vault, is a love story about people and their parasites. We thought that sounded weird and wacky, and we want to sell it to you. Opus has 2 new books this week. Frank Frazetta's Death Dealer. You can guess why I put that post-it note on there. And then
On there too.
oh, well, those are hips. Whatever.
Side bet.
Should have gotten the second one. And then the Frazetta cover, naturally, with the Death Dealer on it. Then we've got Dawn Attack, number 2, and cover B for that one. And Nottingham's back with Tales from Nottingham. So after their 10-issue miniseries, they've got some filler issues here. There's number 1 for that mini one. Playthings from Black Caravans on number 4. We've got Ancient Enemies, number 2 of 6 from Frank Miller Presents. So that's the Dan DiDio book there. Gargoyles number 1 was a smash hit for us last month. They facsimile editioned the original series. So this is a reprint of the early 2000s Marvel book. Marvel?
yeah.
Is it? It was? Oh, no, I was not paying attention. And then probably my pick of the week, last one on the table, a 4-issue miniseries from AWA. The Black Tape is all metal. It's all rock and roll themed. It's about a Jim Morrison-esque rock star. He kills it on stage. He's like the most popular musician of his time, and he dies very suddenly. So it's about his wife kind of exploring the mysteries, not around his death, but around his life. And she finds a pretty big hidden, it's obvious, a pretty big hidden satanic secret in his basement. It's a great setup issue. I'm all in for the whole miniseries. That was cover A, and they did a heavy metal homage cover, album cover for cover B. That's it for new comics, not on the kid angle, but we got some new merchandise on the table. One of these lunchboxes left from last week with the Silver Surfer thermos on the inside. A bunch of Loki alligator zipper mouth plushes. Is there an open one? We can show the tongue. You got a beautiful little Vote Loki pin Easter egg in there, which is wonderful. We've got some Marvel animated statues for the week. Jane Foster's Thor, Sam Wilson as Falcon, and new My Little Pony on number 9. Archie's Valentine's Day Spectacular, number 1 with that first appearance. And then Avatar: The Last Airbender, Aang's, I can't read it, Unfreezing Day, but it's a chibi new stories of Avatar: The Last Airbender. And that's it for new comics. Right?
Yeah.
Sorry you guys didn't do a lot of talking. There's not a lot of talking about.
Yeah. I didn't read a lot. So.
Well, you can catch up pretty quick.
Yeah.
You do catch up pretty quick. But that's our week. Andrea made Mountain Down Molehills with a great email, so make sure you guys read that. Otherwise, welcome to a new month, and we'll see you Wednesday for your comic books.